This is AndWhat TV. AndWhat TV.
Hi there, I'm Condo, and you're watching AndWhat TV, and this is my poem, Flow. There's a rumor I once heard that every cup of water that you drink from kitchen taps in your sink has already passed through 7 other bodies before you. 7. Only 7. I reckon it's got to be so many more. When you think of all the beings and bodies that have come before, think how long we've been sharing this water for. It's not like some new water arrives from an orbital website, shipped direct overnight, ready to be pumped in at first light through my tap and into my kettle for my tea to flow through me for the very first time. No, the water that we've got is the water we've always had. The stories our water could tell us. I bet it would be glad to regale us with tales about the way it's shaped our spaces and places on earth, about the countless times it's broken for birth. I bet it's also a bit mad, having been dammed up and jammed up and filtered and fouled up, forbidden to flow exactly where it wanted to go. I mean, look, forget the history books, these millions and billions of mysterious, memory-filled molecules that flow through me and all of you hold within them the whole history of the world, the whole history of this big old lump of land on which we now stand. Of course, it must have had its source from which it first sprang forth. I've heard tell of a tale told by sages who swear it all started with this one creative lady out there who one day found herself holding this big dry lump of land in her hands. She looked at it and thought, what am I going to do with what I now hold? And she decided to roll and mold it into a ball, thinking, I'm going to make this a place for all kinds of creatures and beings to grow and live. I'll press my thumb here and here to give it space for lakes, and I'll trace my fingers along here for fine flowing rivers, and I'll give her a bit of a squeeze to make room for oceans and seas. And by this point, that lump of land in her hands looked like a wadded up bundle of trash. And the sight of this made her laugh, thinking, what on earth have I just done? And she laughed so hard that tears upon tears began to run down her face and onto the lump in her hands, falling into the places she'd pressed into the land. Fresh and cool, her tears, they pooled for a moment, and then trickled and gushed and surged and streamed, bringing life to this lump in blues and greens. Happy with her work and the water that she'd made flow, she stepped back, wished it well, and she let go.